Why is NIGHTWISH's performance of The Poet and the Pendulum awesome? Hi, I'm Dr. Marc, and I'm going to help you sing and perform more like the top artists around the world. I'm a professional voice teacher, performance coach, and opera stage director. I've helped thousands of singers around the world learn the techniques and methods that got the top singers to where they are. So fair warning to you diehard fans of NIGHTWISH. I love them too. I'm about to do a video where I'm probably going to stop and it's going to drive you nuts. Sorry, I gotta do it, otherwise I get claimed because I'm basically playing the video that they already have. It's my commentary on it that makes it fair use, and so you're gonna have to deal with it. Other thing, I might be talking over their singing. Again, I realize that you don't necessarily want me interrupting in all those moments. You just want me to listen to appreciate it and show you smiling, happy faces and whatever you want to see. Not gonna happen. So now if that's going to drive you crazy and you know it, now's the time to click away. And I know that's a bad idea to tell you to click away, but if that's going to drive you crazy, this isn't the video for you. If you want to hear someone talk about what it is that is making what they're doing so awesome and at least point some stuff out to you, whether you want to be a performer or you just want to see cool things that make you appreciate them even more, then keep listening. If you want to just listen to it without having to deal with me, the original link's down below. I wouldn't fault you, but I think there's a lot of really cool things to talk about and hope you'll stay with me. I've been a little scared to do this because it's so long, so I'm gonna do my best to kind of keep things moving. I'll be talking over things a lot and stop and try to be really concise because we got a lot of video to get through here. Let's do this. Highly cinematic movie music going on here. Really just feels like we're watching a movie play out in front of us on this stage. Darkness, this focal point, it's changing, so it's keeping us interested, but makes us excited to see what's going to come next, right? Probably also buying a little bit of time off stage. Really sets up this strong focal point, strong symbolic element, right? Pendulum. Okay, did you see that arm go way high there? Yes, part of that is he's playing the drums and playing it loud, but the other crucial element to that is they're trying to time all this stuff so it's right on, right? Yeah, maybe he's sitting there and perfectly trying to, like, with a click track in his ear, stay with it, but most likely this coming down is the beat to start that next cue. Probably a visual cue, if I had to guess in this moment. Visual cue because all of a sudden we go from this, what probably is pre-recorded stuff to live stuff, right? So really, really important. They made a cue that has a really functional, important logistical purpose, really dramatic and plays so that it read like a really dramatic, strong moment to this big change. So the audience would have thought, oh, he's cueing the lights there. We don't want that, right? No one wants that, but it still does it. And it makes it even cooler because we have this big kaboom. Love it. Okay, so yeah, that was a pendulum up there. Obviously, I was wondering, I think it's probably a pendulum, but not 100% sure because it's just this glowing ball of light thing at the start. And then we see it transform here. Love it. Cool symbolism, really awesome visual elements and contrasts, and the intensity is heightened because before it's so calm and serene and beautiful, and then we get this swinging, threatening, dark, brooding, lights flashing everywhere type of stuff. So exciting, right? So you notice there, when we're seeing the guitarist there, is he really doing a lot of movement around on stage? No, he's not. He's just sitting there doing his thing. Is that a problem? Not a problem. It's not a problem here because there is so much going on visually. So much. Where it wouldn't really matter if they walked around stage because we wouldn't see with all this flashing lights and video. And I mean, we just wouldn't even see it. So might as well be smart because they got a long song ahead here. Let the lights and all the cool stuff going on do this work of storytelling until it's their turn to take the focus again. If they were to all of a sudden be dancing and jumping around stage and doing stuff, it might distract from these visual elements going on and create competing focal points. Competing focal points is not a great idea because it just makes it really hard for the audience to know where to look, and it feels like two separate things are going on at once. So we always want a primary focal point and then secondary ones, and they're doing an awesome job with that. Okay, so we went from glowing light pendulum thingy to swinging pendulums to stormy ocean. Like I said before, we're watching a movie play out in front of us, right? It's like this really cool blend of live cinema with live people on stage and music going on. It's this really awesome blend of all these elements together. And it's this really cool blend of like cinematic movie music. Honestly, what sounds to me like a whole mix of other styles all thrown into one big pot that's working really well together and really exciting to listen to. How cool is that? You'll notice here that Flora is relatively stationary. She's not going crazy yet. She's got a long song in front of her. There's no reason to be. The story's not yet. There's plenty of other visual elements that are carrying that intensity. Might as well hold on to our energy until it's actually going to do something. So really, really smart. Okay, what's also interesting here is, are there spotlights or anything drawing our attention to any of the singers or instrumentalists? Not really. They're kind of in light blues that kind of make them blend with everything else. So then our question has to be, where is the focal point? Well, it's all on the visual elements going on, right? Basically, right now, the performers are acting as underscoring for this live movie projection screeny thing that's going on behind them. Really cool. Love it. Will they pull out of the texture? Probably. I'm guessing they will, but it doesn't matter, right? The temptation is to think, yes, the focal point should be on the instrumentalist or the singer or all the time. It doesn't need to be. Sometimes music can just be an underscoring to something else that's really cool going on. And I think this actually shows a commitment to artistry and a product and a lack of ego to be able to let the focal point go somewhere else and not always have to be on self. So I think that's pretty awesome. Now, this sounds really intense, like a lot's going on, like they're really singing. And they are, but I want you to pay attention. Do you see strain, stress, tension? If you listen carefully and strip away all the music and instruments and lights and stuff, is she really pushing hard and singing hard on her voice? No. She's just keeping it easy, consistent, expressive. Sure, definitely expressive. She's working, but she's not working here. Awesome.
From a
Be really interesting to talk to them and see why they're changing their position on stage, why the two in the back are talking to each other for a moment. Inevitably, in any live performance, there's something weird that goes on. If they're great performers like they are here, the audience isn't going to know about it. What I love here is that they keep changing position, going where do they want to go, without stealing attention to floor, without stealing attention from anywhere else. They're just going about their business, staying engaged where they can, drifting into the background when they can. But also because they move, it creates new visual levels and interest and keeps things moving around and doesn't just keep it static, which I think is really important. So them feeling that and having that freedom to be able to move is really important. You'll notice when they do move, often coincides with a big change in the music. That's also important. If they were all just drifting around the stage all the time, that would be confusing and distracting. But if there's a movement that goes with a big change in the music, we'll believe that, we'll buy that, because it feels like an emotional transition. And when people have big emotional changes, there's motion that goes with it. Usually people move when there's a big change in emotion. So it all works together really, really well. So do you think Floor is like, I'm going to do this gesture now. I'm going to touch my hair now. I don't think so. I think what's probably going on with Floor here is she's just communicating. She's just talking. She's just letting herself tell the story, mean what she says. If she really means what she says, her hands are going to do all kinds of stuff and it's going to be believable. That's what I love. She's letting herself follow that impulse. She is free to play big. She just lets herself play super big. Try it. Try just letting yourself go with whatever your body feels like it needs to do in that moment that matches the words and songs and emotion of that moment. Play it as big as possible. See where it takes you. You're probably going to feel a little silly and ridiculous at the start, but you'd be surprised at how much the audience will love it the bigger you let yourself play. Now, what's cool here is she's not playing big with her feet. She's not running and walking all over the place. But she is being very conversational, very free with how her body's expressing. And it just feels really natural and organic. Love it. Oh, we're going somewhere new. Going under the water, maybe? Yep. Okay, Nightwish fans, talk to me here. What kind of band is this? What genre of music do they play? Is this a metal band? They kind of present themselves as a metal band, right? I ask because I can't count how many times I've heard professional musicians in the business say that metal players and performers are often some of the best musicians out there. And what I'm hearing right now really seems to show that. The reality is I'm hearing everything from opera to pop to rock to metal to movie cinema scoring to I'm hearing it all in there. And it just seems seamless, effortless, like they got it. Like it's nobody's business. Like it's just easy. And that's stunning, right? I mean, how cool is this? How cool is this? I mean, I've been told to react to this for a really long time now since I did my first Nightwish reaction, and I've avoided it because it's so long, but my word, this is amazing. Visually, and with what I'm hearing, there's more to talk about here in 3 minutes than I have time for. I mean, I could go on forever with this stuff. It's just stunning. Okay, what we're seeing visually matches perfectly what they're singing about, and it matches the mood. It's just brilliant. Brilliant writing, brilliant performing, brilliant designing. It's just stunning. Really, really amazing. Other thing I was thinking when I was thinking, oh, this is going to be really long, is like, I'm going to get bored. There's no getting bored here. This is literally, I'm just watching a movie play out in front of me in this format, and it's stunning. I'm saying that a lot, but it is. It's, yeah. This is what it's about. This is awesome. Ooh, we get stormy music, we get stormy visuals, lighting changes.
I'm afraid, so afraid, being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone, but loved. You live long.
Really interesting what they're doing light-wise here. These bright lights here down below are actually making us put our head up to see the visual kind of cloud thing going above it, right? Really brilliant. I don't know what they're doing on stage. I would guess there's probably some transition happening on the stage that they're covering up, which again is brilliant. If it's not, and it's just a visual thing, also brilliant because it's taking us from just one location and forcing us to look up. Think about it, look up. Do you have a different emotion when you look up than when you look straight ahead than when you look down? Yeah, we do. And so really, really cool that they're taking us to different visual planes as well as contrasting what we're hearing musically. And that's going to kind of set up, just like this calm music did before, for a more intense moment on stage and a totally different look, right? So they're walking us through these transitions so it doesn't feel super abrupt and like, stop, new song. They're really walking through this epic, cinematic, live stage moment.
Enough to hear the sound of guns, long enough to find yourself screaming every night, long enough to see your friends betray you. For years, I've been strapped onto this altar. Now I only have 3 minutes counting. I just wish the tide would catch me first, give me a death I always longed for.
Whispering, speaking, new texture that we're hearing in our ears, again, is setting us up for a totally different change in sound, setting up huge contrast, right? That's what makes dramatic things dramatic, is that we have these huge swings, huge changes, huge contrasting elements. This is epic. Big change. They transition by making it purposely abrupt, change in light shift. So cool, right? All of that sets us up for this moment right here, right? Everything is set up for everything that's following it. Love it. That contrast just pulls out. So this now means something. If he was just singing like this the whole time, it would have nowhere close to the same emotional impact, right? But because it happens right in the middle, it has a really clear emotional impact, and love it. I'd love to hear what you have to say, what your comments are down below, what the impact is, what you're noticing, and what is taking you on this emotional roller coaster. What is it that you react to and respond to the most? Because there's a lot going on here to talk about. clean, crisp contrast. Back to blue lights, not flashing everywhere. Now it's mixing them both together. You'll notice that, okay, so in music there's this term called leitmotif, right? So we associate with Wagner, but you can also think if I go dun 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 dun, who's that? It's Darth Vader, right? Okay, cool. So we start to associate music moments with objects, actions, people and moments and stuff like that. There's all kinds of stuff we can associate with. Or The Ring, Lord of the Rings, it has its own music, right? We hear that music, we hear that. So what's really cool here is that's going on musically, but they're also doing the same thing with the lights, right? So you'll notice when he started singing that we had these flashing lights everywhere and is really ragged and like intense, loved it. Then she comes in, it's serene, beautiful, gorgeous, lights shift. They're not flashing anymore. They're more fluid and flowy and blue and pretty. And then they both start singing together and then we get a mix of the two. This helps us feel like all these elements belong together. They connect all the ideas, help us draw attention to very specific people, ideas, emotions, and elements of the story that they're wanting us to pay attention to here. So, really cool. Darkness, stillness. Sometimes we think of that as like calming. It's not. It's tension building. Silence, tension building. So pulling everything away, making it dark, just having these moving, swinging objects and just some lights hitting stuff, but mostly just shadow and dark, really builds anticipation, right? Because it distorts time, it distorts visual time, and it just builds all kinds of intense anticipation. So what's going to happen next?
Out silence, he was found naked and dead, with a smile on his face.
Also helps us pay attention to the words that are being spoken, right? Total dark, total silence, except for a heartbeat. If there wasn't this beating heart thing, or whatever the sound is, we would think it was over. So you have to have something that carries you through the silence, darkness, and gap, right? So we went through this super intense moment, built anticipation, went dark, silent, and then eased back into this, right? It gives us this lull, this calm. And I don't know if they're going to take us back up the roller coaster or if we're at the end of it. Don't know yet because I haven't watched this before. But they're masters of doing this all the way through this. They're taking us on a serious roller coaster. Visually, with what we're hearing music-wise, emotionally, the whole thing. It's that roller coaster ride that's so exciting. But there's such extreme drops, highs, and lows. Love it. also, with this transition, she's in a new place. Why is that important? Well, it communicates to us, whoever she's representing in this moment in the storytelling, they're in a new place after that really intense moment. Something big changed. And I'm sure you can tell me what that is. From what I guess, this person died is what it sounds like, or came near to death, one of the two, and they're now drowning or dead here in the ocean. I have to go back and look at the lyrics. Again, I try to watch videos of it as if it's the first time I'm seeing it I'm an audience member and not with a bunch of foreknowledge and research and whatever. So that's what I'm coming to it with, trying to really say, what is that initial story that they're telling? What do they communicate to the first time viewer here? So a lot of really cool information, a lot of really cool things going on with what they're doing. So you'll notice in this section, she's singing more in the vocal area of pop in this moment. Other moments in this, she's been singing more classically, operatically in moments, right? But in this moment, it's more pop. What is it that's making it sound more pop? Well, vibrato, almost non-existent. This space in the back of her mouth is really we have this upper tooth all the way across, and that jaw's really released. That placement's super forward. Those are the big differences. You think, what? Is that really it? Try it. Go for that. See if that makes the pop sound that you're looking for. Then try to stretch further back and warm and add some vibrato to it. Lower that larynx. See what it does. I think you're going to find all of a sudden it sounds much more classical. I love how fluidly she goes between them. And I know she's classically trained and was an opera singer at one point too. Not every opera singer would be comfortable going to pop and going to metal and doing what's going on here. So really cool watching her be able to just adeptly maneuver her way into different sounds and colors all the way through the spectrum. Love it. Super subtle here, but you'll notice the lights are coming down and down. The coloring on them is coming down and down, so they're blurring, becoming less noticeable. It has this effect with what they're doing as if they're drowning down into the water, right? Really cool. Vocally, she's blending in the background too, because softer, breathier, woo! Soft, light, innocent, naive, as if she's floating away in the water. Oh, you're right, NIGHTWISH fans. That was epic and amazing. And I had a lot of people say, you're an opera director, you're really going to love this one with all the visual elements and everything going on. You're right. This was stunning. Absolutely phenomenal. Visual stuff, what they're doing musically, what they're doing with their voices, all absolutely amazing. Let me help you find your voice, both as a singer and as a performer. Let me help you sing easier, sing what you're wanting to sing, in the styles that you want to sing, sound like you want to sing. Let me help you perform in a way that's engaging, that's authentic, genuine, and that is really you. You can book a lesson with me at foundyourvoice.com. You can also get short comments or feedback or get me to react to stuff that you want me to listen to, whether it's yours or something else, but do it just for you by submitting to me on wizio.com. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, share your comments down below. What do you think is so awesome about Nightwish, and especially this performance? What else do you want to see me react to? Look forward to seeing you next time.